Hi, everyone. Welcome to our sixth edition of G9ijaTV Spotlight News. My name is Olatunde MD. I just want to ask you guys, how is your Friday going? Because this is TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I'm sure a lot of you guys are chilling. Everybody's getting ready for the weekend. So, of course, as usual, we've actually got a lot of things lined up for you guys. And without much ado, we really want to get started with the saga of the former governor of Kogi State. It's something that has been really, I don't even know how to actually go about it, but you all know um, the saga between Dino and Yahaya Bello. When Yahaya Bello was actually governor. I think he actually did a lot of he actually did a lot of damages. Honestly, this man, he made a lot of enemies. He became arrogant. The first time I came across him, honestly, I thought, he's really good. This guy is young. You know, there's something about him that is really cool. But then it turns out that this guy was just one very arrogant man that thinks he was going to be governor forever. That's the sad part of it. You know. So I just want to play a short clip of Dino Malai.
Wanted by the EFCC and has been placed on the watch list of the Nigerian Immigration Service. I'm going to play the full video now. You can tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Please share this video and please subscribe to my channel.
Do you know Yaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba? I know Yaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba. Do you know GYB máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba? We know GYB máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba. Ìwọ Yaya, ìyúdú Yaya, kí ló tún kù tí ó sọ? Kí ló tún kù tí ó sọ? Ẹni tí mo bẹ́ lórí tó ń ṣàyùn wúyẹ́, kí ló tún kù tí ó sọ? Àtẹ̀kùn ìyá ní ọ̀tẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ àtẹ̀kùn ìyá ní ọ̀tẹ̀ ìlú.
I mean, there's one thing about Dino. He's just one. I don't know what to say, honestly. He's never afraid to, cut controversies and all. I mean, to be quite honest, right? This man, what Yaya Bello, the way he's been carrying himself, the way he's been going on, I don't know. I think they gave him a free pass. He was so, I think he started believing it in his own song. He believes he was untouchable. He could just about, string roll people, did all sorts of things. I mean, look at it now. I mean, look at the embarrassment that he's actually going through. Honestly, I don't wish him any evil or anything like that, but it's just I mean, you could almost say, well, now you're actually having, it's your turn now. It's payback time, but it's just not supposed to be. Really, it's not supposed to be at all. So I just hope he actually sorts himself out. At the end of the day, he's human being, like they say, to err is human, So without waste of time, let's go to the next. Our next story is about the richest man in Africa. Um, that is Ali Dangote. It's I mean, this man is very successful. He's done a lot of things. Honestly, I don't begrudge him anything. He's been doing his business. Basically, he has his refinery. He's actually up and running now. Things are happening. But there's something that I'm not comfortable with. In terms of you know in regards to Dangote, which is, I think, there has to be competition. Nigeria is just too big just to have one person that dominates the market, in terms of, I mean, in all fairness, Dangote has not said they should not, nobody should sell sugar, salt, rice and all that. But he is so dominated it. I mean, the way it's actually dominated the market is such that most people that wants to break into that market is quite difficult. So, and I think this is where the federal government needs to actually intervene. When I say intervene, I'm not saying they should stop Dangote from doing his own thing, but they should actually allow other businesses as well to thrive, because it is in that itself that Nigerians will have even a better deal. Yes, I'm happy for him, he's making good money and all, but we need competition, because as it is right now, it's almost like a monopoly. That's just what it is. And that is not really fair. It's like a monopoly. Nobody, I mean, cement, everything. Come on. In this life now, there are other people that are there. It's not so much about him. I'm repeating again, but so much about, Nigerians having, to make choices. Because when you have competition, it helps to actually stabilize prices. So prices are affordable so people can make informed choices. You know, I believe if there are other people in the market, I'm sure for like the cement now, we have Boa, and I think one other company as well. But in a whole country, a country of over 200 million people, we only have like two major cement, or is it three major cement factories, or that provides it. That is not good enough. That is not good enough. We should have several organizations who are actually into the production as well, sugar, salt. That it works out for Nigeria. It works out for all the principal actors, including Mr. Alhaji Dangote. Yes, definitely. You know, I think this is one of the key things I'm just trying to lay emphasis in. So yeah, it is in almost every market, which is good. Multiple income stream. I believe in that as well. But what we're just saying is that they should actually allow other organizations to. The government should, put a policy in place so that we can make choices. Yeah. So if you actually think that this is the right way to go, I would like to see you guys actually make comments. I would like to see you guys comment on that. Should there be more companies that are selling sugar, salt, rice, cement? We can't have like two, three principal actors dominating everywhere now. Come on, that's not. Nigeria is too big for that. We are not some mushroom countries like that. Nigeria should be able to actually have competition, and that's it. And we'll see. The citizens are the one that will actually reap the benefits as well. So that is that's the one about Haji Dangote. So the next thing there that I really want to talk about is in regards to a gentleman that got, you know, he actually ordered for this man ordered for a MacBook, and I don't, should I say he got scammed? The reason why I'm sort of kind of laughing about it is that because this actually happened to me too many years ago. So maybe I should just quickly say the story before I bring this guy up. What happened was that I went to a supermarket somewhere in London, and what happened at that time was that as I was going to that supermarket, I was going to park, and as I was driving, I saw these guys. They just came beside me and said, "Hey, bro, we've got this laptop." They showed me, like, "Oh, we just bring 50 quid." I'm like, 50 quid? For this laptop? I was so excited. I can say that now, but then I couldn't talk about it. I couldn't tell anyone, you know. And I went to the ATM, basically put in my car, get the money. So the guys now, so I came back to meet them, like, "Oh yeah, guys, these guys are Asian, one Asian guy and one Jamaican guy. There were two of them, and the guy was like, okay." So they put their hands under under the chair. They brought out the laptop bag. Okay, they brought out the laptop bag. Remember that they showed me I went to get the money when they came back. So they're like, "Oh, it's in there." So I took the bag. So I was walking away thinking, or more, yeah. So we're going to be browsing today. I got back to my car and I opened it. Guess what was inside? 2 bottles of water. I said, yeah. I've been scammed, Jan. Anyway, so I'm not the only one. It was only when I told one of my guys that I said, I found out I wasn't really laughing. So I'm like, did you see what happened? Did you hear what I'm saying? He said, it happened to me. So that, you too. So anyway, this guy, I'm just gonna bring him up now. Right. So
This is how a scammer got me.
I thought it was a MacBook. All I got is a tile.
I think with this guy, what really happened is that he actually went online. I mean, this guy's supposed to be a tech-savvy buyer. Got through by a scammer selling what was advertised as a cutting-edge MacBook laptop. Like maybe MacBook Air, because MacBook Air. I actually went to a shop today. I actually saw the MacBook. It's almost the same. It looks exactly like a tile. That's how flat it is. So, well, what really happened was that only for the guy to receive a box of meticulously painted Apple tile, the unsuspecting buyer thought he had stumbled upon a fantastic deal while browsing online marketplace excitedly. They didn't say which, would have been nice for them to have said it, but they didn't really say. They just said the arrival of his new MacBook. He eagerly opened the package upon delivery, only to find a carefully crafted tile bearing the unmistakable Apple logo, and that was it. So that actually resonated with me as well. I'm like, yeah, this is like what this guy did. The only difference is that this guy actually bought this thing online. So guys, be careful out there. If you're going anywhere, if they told you, if they actually told you that you actually need to, there's a deal. If that deal is too good to be true, trust me, it is too good to be true. There is no need. Don't even go there. Just vamoose. Don't even try the stunt. Don't look at it and think, oh, I'm smarter than all those people. No, these guys, the way they will do it, honestly, these guys are professional. So if they're telling you in most places, except you are using a reputable site, like even gg.ng in Nigeria, and in the UK, you have eBay, you have several, so people are selling either used one or brand new, and they will tell you don't go and meet them direct. Okay, they'll tell you to use their portal. Okay, they will tell you, and if it is looking dodgy, you can actually report it. There are things. If you're not sure that whether this thing is real, you have the option to email them, and tell them that, look, you know what, I want to do a video this thing with you. You say you don't mind. When they start saying no, there are all sorts of ways you can make sure. But guess what? There's nothing embarrassing about it. Ask questions, so you will not get scammed. You won't be given a bottle of water like me and this guy being given a towel. So that is one thing that we all need to be very, very careful about. So the next story that I want to talk about is about this terrorist attack again. There's one thing that we said the past few days, and that is like, look, people need to be very, very careful. This thing is in Nigeria. I saw in news earlier before I actually came on, and it has to do with the former defense minister T.Y. Danjuma. You all remember T.Y. Danjuma, back in the day, elderly statements and all that. And the man said something. He said, look, that Nigeria that is really pained that, everywhere you're not safe. If you're going from Lagos to Ibadan now, it's like playing Russian roulette. But when you actually compare to what is happening between Abuja and the northern part, the rest of the country from Abuja is worse. It's really bad. I see pictures of guys carrying, rocket launchers. They're carrying, and these guys, they are carrying, phones. They are, you can see that this sort of people, I'm sorry to say this, they can never fit it back into a normal society. These are the people that are looking to destabilize Nigeria. These are people that they can get up one day, and it's not even get up one day. They already attacking civilians. They go on the road, shoot people, do all sorts of things. This is, to be under the former President Buhari, this thing really, took root. I don't know why. Is it because the president is from the north? I don't know. I'm just saying, because they were more emboldened, and I don't think enough. Yes, they were being dealt with, but not that strongly. There are cases whereby in the south that they will catch people, these herders who are like either Fulanis mostly, Fulani herders, and by the time they take them to Abuja, you will see them sitting on a chair. They were being given. I just feel that they were given, soft treatments. They were not really. Then we have this thing called this program that is supposed to rehabilitate these guys, which I think it's absolute non-starters. I think that is bang out of order. How can you have this? Then some of these guys, they actually put them in security positions. When I say security position, I'm talking of some have been found in the army. One recently that supposedly rehabilitated was back in the army, killed his girlfriend, who happens to be the daughter of an army officer. You can't have what kind of, who are the people making these decisions? Why are people being quiet? We're not abusing anyone. We're just pointing out the obvious. How is that even possible? How is that possible? The one I'm talking about is Plateau State University. From reports we're getting now, we're being told that around about 20, around about 15 students have been killed riding on motorbikes. Look, Nigeria is not a banana republic now. Come on. I think we all need one way or the other to join forces with those who are really, really bent on saving Nigeria. Those, the security services, anybody that has information should be actually be calling. But the thing about it is that, there's a lot of distrust of the security services as well. I know that, not our entire security services. Vast majority are still very good. But we still have this sort of people, I don't know whether I should call them fifth column. Because honestly, we don't have any other country other than Nigeria. And right before our eyes, where the things that we used to take for granted, you can go to a farm. Because I remember when I was in, when I was in boarding house, I remember then, we used to go down, like the countryside, we used to go, we could walk. You dare not try it now. All sorts of crazy, all sorts of mad, mental, demonic people are walking our, our countryside. They're actually there now. There was a time this whole thing was just strictly happening in the north. Now it's actually come down to the southwest, southeast, everywhere in the country. When I hear of things that are happening in Ondo State, I'm thinking, for real, Ondo State. That's where I actually did my, my boarding school. So those places that we used to walk in all those forests there, we dare not try it now. So what is going on? I know that there's a lot of, you have to give, credit to the security forces. A lot of them have lost their lives in, it's very painful. But when I see these people where did they get all this military uniform they are putting on? Some are even doing skirts with it. They are doing all kind of stuff. So that means that they must be funded by someone. So who are these people? Who are these people that are funding them? What is that? So is it like, are they making money out of this? Now we are not just dealing with terrorists. We're dealing with bandits. We're dealing with kidnappers on all fronts. And we're all going around as if we don't have a problem. Seriously, we do have a problem. I'm not saying that we should go around shouting as if, like our bomb is on fire. That's not what I'm saying. But we need to start we need to face reality. We need to be on heightened alert that anything we see, we need to report to the security services. We have all kind of security. We have Amotekun. We have, all over. We need to actually walk it because look, let me tell you something. Guys, we cannot just say, oh, they are dealing with it. No, we are all complicit in this. We all have we have to collaborate with the security services, whether it's the Army, Navy, Air Force. We need to collaborate with them so that we can get it on the right. And we need the federal government to sort of, now they need to engage, the populace as well. What they need to do. We are walking around, we don't have any arms. Honestly, basically, I will tell people, look, whatever you have, better carry it with anywhere you're going, because it's better to have something to defend yourself with. We don't have any guns. We don't have these guys. This thing has really. I don't know what to say. Imagine those students went to. They are there to learn. How did these people get there? How come there's no security? How was this allowed to happen? Honestly, the state, the state governor have, I don't know, but they definitely, that is the head of the security. The governors are head of security of their state. They have to come and explain how this was allowed to happen. Because I know that the Middle Health, Benue, Plateau State, all those areas, they are hotbeds. They've been having all these things. So how come there are no security, should I say, any security strategy in place? That sometimes before these things happen, they're able to curtail them. They're not doing any of that. These guys, I mean, unfortunately, I don't have the video. There was a video that I actually saw. It's disheartening. Young people, they are there to study. It is not a military camp. They are not walking around. They are carrying books so that they can be useful members of the society tomorrow. Guess what? They are being shot. I had a girl in the background. I think that was filming. She was saying they are killing us. And these guys are roaming. These cowards. These cowards are roaming, carrying AK-47, AK-47, using on students. I don't understand. How is this even? I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't even want to. So, what I was supposed to say? Our condolences go to the parent. They will go away and say, "Oh, it will not happen again." Those people are very bad people, and that's it. And we go away. Then what will happen? That's it. These people get away with it. Is there any arrest being made? Anyway, well, we'll be keeping an eye on the events as they unfold. So if there's anything new, we'll be bringing in updates. But honestly, people, we can't. We need to definitely, be checking this. We need to deal. We need to deal with this. We can't really continue like this. It's just not fair at all. We can't have this sort of situation happening. We can't. It's totally wrong. We can't have this happening. So, well, for now, we're just going to say that this is where we have to say, thank you very much, and we're looking to um, wrap things up from here. So, once again, my name is Olatunde, and we actually it's just not. I don't know where my video. There you go. So I just want to say that God will actually will help us, but we too need to actually take some action. Actions in the sense that we should collaborate um, with the security services in the country, because we can't just sit down and just be looking as if we are some kind of people who don't have a clue about what is going on. Of course, we have a clue. Definitely, we definitely do have a clue. So, yeah. Sorry. While we're trying to sort out our Yeah, we're back. You see that it's not only Nigeria that we get itches. So I do apologize about that. So we are definitely back now. So like as I was saying, so we're just looking just to, you know, we want to collaborate with these people. It's all we are all responsible. Don't let just say, oh, the security people are. We need to keep, even if it's just by keeping our eyes open. If you see anything suspicious wherever we are, we've got to that stage. We're in Nigeria, we are over 200 million. I keep emphasizing the fact being over 200 million people is a blessing. Unfortunately, if we don't utilize that properly, it can become a curse. And that's the last thing we want. That's the last thing we want. Which country can contain us? Is it Togo? We must not allow people to destabilize Nigeria. People have said all sorts of things. Yes, you can jackpot, you can do whatever. But you know what? There is still, look, until you come outside Nigeria, that you will realize that Nigeria has a lot to give. Look at the instance of the airpiece. See the impact. A whole Nigeria, no national carrier, an airpiece came. And immediately, guess what happened? The prices changed. There are a lot of the airlines in other, although they are saying it's market for, but it's an economic, they are waging an economic warfare on airpiece. They are undercutting airpiece now. And guess what? These other countries, their government are supporting them. In Nigeria, airpiece is pretty much on its own. I don't know. Well, I'm sure the people that actually owns it, you know, all the shareholders and all that, but I'm sure they will be prepared for it. But we can do our own bits. You know, I've said the next time I'm going to travel, I'm not going to travel with BA. I'm not going to travel with Virgin. I'm not going to travel with Lufthansa. Any other, I will go with Airpeace. And you know what? Airpeace actually got brand new aircraft. Brand new. Most aircraft that they use from outside Nigeria, international flight, is not their best aircraft. It was only when I was going to America, there was time I was traveling to America, the aircraft was totally different. I'm like, are you kidding? I thought we had good aircraft. So this one can fly to America, but what if it goes, oh, Nigeria, give them the used one. I'm not saying that the international aircraft, they are not good. They are good. But let's look, we need to defend Nigeria. Stop talking down Nigeria. In Britain, look, there is all sorts of things happening. It's not as if they are perfect. Do you understand? That's what they still call themselves Great Britain. They can fight each other. They can say, hey, you are Scottish. Hey, you are Irish. They will bomb each other, did all those things. They did it. They abused each other. But guess what? They still come together and still say Great Britain. In Nigeria, you see people say Nigeria is zoo. They're insulting Nigeria. You have no idea. Don't worry. You be what to jackpot. Come and jackpot. Then you come and see. Then you will know. You will be, look, yes, I've heard people say anywhere but Nigeria. Look, I was still in Nigeria recently, and I can tell you one thing: is I think stuff in Nigeria, yes, but you are still among your own. As our police, some of our police officers, are they not? You know, you would rather if you see that you can even stone them, but come and see the American. You go to Yankee and tell them. They said that, oh yeah, bring out your ID. They are the one that said you should bring out your ID. As you are bringing out your ID, you now see Chris. The guy will bring out and start shooting. You say, I fear for my life. But you ask me to bring the thing now. And guess what? They don't just do it just to men, even to women. You ask the woman to stop. Okay, she ran. Does that then mean that you guys should use that for target practice? More than 50 bullets. No, it didn't happen in Lagos. It happened in America. And we now have some crazy people going around with Uzi, carrying rocket launcher, attacking our people from the north, east, west, north, south. And some people want to say, hey, you know, it is the north, it is the south. No, we are all in it. Nigeria is stronger together. If we start breaking up, we'll be like Togo. Like some people will think. I don't want to get into this thing too much, but this is what I have to say. This is what I have to say. Go to, why do you think, well, they say Nigeria is the giant of Africa. There is strength in numbers. Is this not about, hey, Igbo, we're just together in our small place. Hey, Yoruba, we're in our own small place. Hausa, we're... No. Our enemies can deal with us easily. But when we are together, because what these people are doing is driving, they're trying to scatter the country. They are doing all sorts of mad stuff. Then somebody will come and tell me and say that zoo of what? Is it that you think that you have... God has blessed every tribe. Every tribe. There's a thief among Yorubas. There's a thief among Igbos. There's a thief among all the worst vices, good and bad, you will find in all the tribes. So don't think for once that, the light shine from our... You know what I'm saying? God has blessed everybody. It's only people who are wise. I'm not just talking of... It's good to be intelligent, but there is a need for wisdom. When we come down here, I have Igbo friends. Well, don't have much of Hausa friends and all that, nothing else, but I've engaged with them. And we are stronger together. That's the thing. When we're outside Nigeria, you see everybody is gelling. Get to Nigeria, say, hey, say, hey, Igbo, hey. Yeah. No, come on. We are not the only people that have different... They have it in Britain. That's why it's called United Kingdom. 4 kingdoms. Wales, England, Scotland, Ireland, to form one nation. So it's not new. It is not new. They might even if they don't like each other, they still gel. Abuse United Kingdom, you see all of them will come back together. No matter what challenges they actually have. You know what they're always doing? They're always doing this aspect that they will tell you that don't talk down the country. But in Nigeria, we've taken it to an act. I've gone to work in a local government council, and this guy just came from Nigeria. I think the different thing. I don't know him from Adams, but I overheard him talking. He was telling all the white people there that, oh, how horrible Nigeria is. He's so happy. I'm like, the guy was behaving like an animal that's been tied that had escaped. Okay, fine, you have escaped, but what he didn't know was that the way he was talking, they were looking at him, they were pitying him, they were not admiring him. He didn't know that he was making himself small. So we need to work with security services, whether it's local to us and everything. We cannot be complacent. You don't know. The person smiling with you can be somebody that is spying for them. Anything can happen anywhere. We don't have any other country. Let me just let you guys know now. There's no other country anywhere. It doesn't matter whether you are carrying an Irish passport, whether you are carrying a British passport or anything. You are still originally from where you are. And we have to look after our own. So that, when people call it, they said, oh, they are being treated somehow. I said, yes, when you don't look after where you are coming from, and then you think they will just accept you just like that. Have we forgotten that in Nigeria? Have we forgotten Ghana must go? How did Ghana must go? Nigeria said there were too many Ghanaians in Nigeria. And the government asked them to leave. Have we forgotten? That is what happened to people when we don't look after our own. Nigeria too went to do the same thing. They did the same thing to us. Yeah, so it was 1-1 goalless draw. How did they say it? Anyway, so sorry, I have to go. I have to rant a bit on that. So the next thing that I actually want to talk about is
never done this in your life.
See, I can't find this in there, please.
Walk.
Okay, what I want to talk about is for whatever reason I'm not getting this. There's this video I actually wanted to see of America, showing off they wanted to give a warning to Iran or to all the enemies of America. There's this plane they've got called the B-2 bomber, and it is nuclear weapon capable. That means that it can carry a nuclear warhead. And those of us that know a bit of history about, when you remember the history of, I think I've got it here. Let me, because I really
Wondered about the power and readiness of the U.S. Air Force.
Look at this for a moment.
Picture this. 8 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers 40% of the entire fleet lined up in an impressive display known as an elephant walk maneuver. This happened at the Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri, during the Spirit Vigilance 2022 training exercise. An elephant walk is a clear sign that a base and its constituent units stand ready to launch a large number of aircraft swiftly in case of a crisis. It represents the formidable might and preparedness of the military. These 8 aircraft, worth a colossal $16 billion, took off and landed, showcasing the base's capability to deploy multiple B-2 Spirit stealth bombers. A sight to behold indeed. The B-2 Spirit stealth bomber is not just any aircraft. It's a powerful leg of the US nuclear triad with the ability to refuel in the air, extending its range infinitely. But, as they say, change is the only constant.
Okay, I won't go too much on that, but there's a reason why I've actually decided to show you guys about this aircraft. As we all know, America is a superpower. They are no longer the sole superpower. Now we have actors like Russia. We have Russia has always been, when it was Soviet Union. Now we now have Russia as actually risen from the ashes of Soviet Union, and you now have their president as Putin. Now, America basically has been used to being the sole superpower since the fall of the Soviet Union. Now, what is happening is that there are a lot of things that America would do. Sometimes it's very controversial. They believe in democracy. They like to tell us. I love America, no doubt about it. But the one thing, what I just want to bring here is the spiritual angle. Please forgive me if you don't believe in God. But, when I saw this, something came into my mind. And that was the fact that, the way this guy, you can see, it says, yes, America has got all these, they've got all these missiles, air to sea, surface to air missiles. They've got, the F-15, F-16, F-35, with the latest gadget and everything. So me that I was just minding myself, JJ, I just saw, this scripture just came to my spirit, and I just want to really talk about, just briefly. I won't spend too much time. And that is, look, if you are like me, you like to read the Bible, it's Isaiah 31:1. Okay, and it says, "Woe to those who go down to Egypt, for help, who rely on horses, who trust in the multitude of their chariots and in the great strength of their horsemen." So what this is saying, it said, but doing okay, who have great, who trust, those days they have horses, so they don't have cars. So when they're talking about horses, they're talking of like weapons. Those were their own, beasts. You have all these Arabian horses that you could fight, could go on for hours, strong, and then you have a chariot. If you have a chariot, then it's like having an armored tank. You have all these tanks and all that. So, and it says, but do not look to the Holy One of Israel or seek help from God. Yet he too is wise and can bring disaster. He does not take back his word. That is one. So let me quickly read the other part. This is Isaiah 31:3. It said, but the Egyptians are men, not God. Their horses are what? That is their tanks, their missiles, their B-22 bombers are not what? Are not spirit. When the Lord stretches out his hand, the helpers will stumble and the one he helps will fall. America has a lot of allies that they depend on America for help. And when I was looking at this, I'm thinking, yes, America is strong. Nobody is, stupid enough to say America, doesn't matter. It matters. But at the same time, why this is coming up is to say that I believe there is a God that rules over the affairs of men. And when people begin to put their trust in America that defends them, but these things that are happening, they are not new. They've happened in ancient times when, people will go, Egypt used to be a great power because they're talking about Egypt, and then I think the Israelis that then used to depend, they'll go and meet them and say, hey, well, come and help us. But they will not go to God and seek help. So I just want to actually use it that it doesn't matter what is going on. We all know about the Ukraine Russia war, guess what? The whole of NATO came together. The whole of NATO they gave what? Zelensky of Ukraine, they gave them all the weapons. But do you know what is happening? If you look at Putin, you see that that man has a fear of God. He had a point. That's not the discourse we are having. The truth of the matter is this. You know, this man doesn't make much noise. The Russians, if you look at them, they are not really like the West. You know, everything about West, if you look at it, it's smooth and nice and it looks good. The Russians are rugged but very powerful, and they have been underrated, regardless of all the weapons that they've given to the West, to Ukraine. Russia is winning. That is all I'll tell you. So please, I don't say that I don't have contact to, please, God will give you people to contact. Use your contact, use it wisely. But also, most importantly, trust in God. So don't trust your contact more than God. It is God that will make the contact to favor you, to help you. So if you want to jack by anyway, do whatever it is that you want to. You're your own. Thank God for that. So sorry about my mini preaching. It's just something I wanted to bring out, that it doesn't matter how people, they might seem very, very powerful. At the end of the day, it is not America that brought us to this world. It is still God. Okay, so moving swiftly on, I want to put this picture. This is a story about this the military somewhere in the north. I'm trying to get the information somewhere in the north, and they are just coming back from. They are actually just coming back from dealing with, some terrorists. And it says heroes return. Villagers welcome soldiers back from a successful operation. You see, when our security services do something, this is what is called appreciation. I just want to talk about it. It said soldiers returning from a military operation in Nigeria, northeast apparently, were met with cheers and celebration from local residents. If you are living where it's a hotbed of kidnapping, banditry, terrorism, I'm sure you too will join them. If I was there living around there, I would join them and come and welcome them. Because these guys are, yes, are there terrible soldiers? Of course there are. But I still believe I did my NYC with the military. So I know the ones that are full of it. You know what I mean? And most of them are really nice. Unfortunately, me, I don't like drinking like that. So these guys, if they like you, all they will give you is drinks. So because of their training and things, I will get into that. It doesn't affect them. I can just tell you for free. So what really happened is, I said, the troops who were on Operation Desert Sanity Free have been deployed to combat insurgents in the Sambisa Timbuktu Triangle region. The Nigerian army disclosed this in a video shared on its official account on Friday. The caption read, "In a heartwarming display of gratitude and solidarity, local communities in Nigeria Northeast regions have extended a warm welcome to heroic troops of the Nigerian army following a successful operation in the notorious Sambisa and Timbuktu Triangle areas." These guys are risking their lives, and they deserve to be celebrated, because at the end of the day, these guys, they put in a lot. And what I mean by a lot is that I found that there was a video I saw some weeks ago. This soldier, I think he's in the north. The guy, I think, is from the east, the soldier, and he was given, I think, about 2 weeks leave. So somebody saw him and they were like, what happened? Are you going home? He said he wanted to go home. He said, but his salary, it will not even cover his transportation to his home. He has a wife. He said, so there was no point in him going, since one way said the thing would not cover. And I was like, what? Honestly, I just couldn't believe it. I'm just saying that for those responsible for the military, so I can only say the commander in chief is the one that can, Alhaji Ahmed Tinubu, please look into these things. You see, when people don't have enough money like that, these guys are risking their life. it makes them prone to people who want to take advantage, to want to bribe them. A lot of the guys, I've seen this where they try to bribe them, they've said no, and I commend them for that. But how many people can resist? These are human beings like us, remember. They were not born soldiers. So don't let us fool ourselves. If we don't look after our soldiers, our enemies will look after them against us. So let's do the right thing. Let's be wise. But thank God that a lot of these guys, regardless of their hardship, they are still standing strong. So seeing this sort of thing, because I know that look, people I see online, people abusing soldiers, abusing to say, oh, why? Not that they don't have a reason. Me too, I've seen a lot of things where a soldier is beating a civilian. I have seen it. But what I've come to understand is that don't use one to tarnish everything. Is when you come outside Nigeria, you will see that fraud, Nigerians. But how many of us are fraudulent? How many of us are fraudulent? That's the question. How many Nigerians are fraudulent? Okay, moving swiftly on. So please, if you see a soldier, please don't go and just hug a soldier. You might get slapped. But just show some respect. Let's appreciate these guys because their job is different from yours and mine. Are you ready to dodge bullets and be, look at those guys they killed the other time. These are young people. That's it. In the quest for Nigeria. Okay. Right. So I think coming up again, we spoke about a lot of stuff. Now, I saw something about a small canoe that was carrying loaded. This canoe was actually carrying a bus full of passengers across the river in Taraba State. Watch this. This is what makes me understand that in Nigeria, we all know what happened to Pope. We all know what actually happened to Junior. That they actually went on River Niger to actually no, there is no what's it called? They were not actually wearing any safety. There were is it safety belts? There was they were not putting on. It's just crazy, and this thing went viral everywhere. We all saw it. But do you know that in Nigeria, sometimes we are our own worst enemy. We are the ones that will see things happen, yet we'll still do what? We'll still go and do same and make it out as if it doesn't matter. Of course, it matters. I just wanted to actually. Can you imagine? Apparently, this is full life jacket. Full life jacket. Oh, look at that.
Hello guys, can you see us moving? Yeah, we are moving on the water. Oh my word. Have you ever done this in your life? I this is my first time, and I was told that I said I would not fall. Let me just stay in the middle. So
how risky
we are moving on the water. Can you see the movie? Sure you can see.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Okay, we have plenty passengers on board.
You see, there's the risk of overloading is there.
3, 4. Okay.
Just imagine.
See Adamawa Copper behind me. This Adamawa that is running away back to his food. He's running away, so he's not staying. But don't worry,
I remember as a copper.
I love this to show you guys. He said to pick up.
And I'm thinking, what the heck am I doing?
Let's live here, guys. Come down here, come down here. I need construction engineers right here. Okay, we are about to highlight. We'll be highlighting soon.
Well,
I'll talk to you later.
there you go. So you can imagine, we've just had, for almost 2 weeks, Nollywood has been upside down, because of this guy that died. So what has that terrible event, what has it taught us? When you look at something like that, absolutely nothing. Nothing. We, yes, of course, when somebody goes like that, life continues. But you would think, that was a tragedy. And now there's almost this, the potential for this to repeat itself. Truly, we Nigerians, we are a special breed, a remarkable set of people. But sometimes it borders on foolishness. Because I remember I can't remember some time back where there was something we were trying to do, and then we needed to put on some gloves, and some people they started laughing, like, you're putting on gloves, like you are a weak person for trying to protect yourself. You know that you are a weak person, for trying to actually protect yourself, and that cannot. It's just crazy. Unfortunately, there's nothing wrong in trying to protect yourself, and this is the sort of situation we get to sometimes. So please, let's learn a lesson. Let's make effort to save lives. That's all I can actually say. We just need to. When you try to do the right thing, it's not because you are stupid or because you are foolish. You don't have to be macho in everything like that. There's a place for it. There's a place for everything. Okay, right. So I think this is the last but not the least, and this is about this one here has to do with on a very lighter moment. A lot of people, we are all online. For most single people, you'll be chatting a girl on social media. You've not even seen the person, you know, and you know that nowadays, eh, you have all this kind of app that the person that has this tribal mark that looks like a tiger, it will erase it for you. So when they'll say, man, this baby is fine. Oh, this guy is handsome. Oh." You don't know that it's the camera that is playing tricks on you. So there was this story of this girl. I have to bring up the although it didn't really show. So, and they have been chatting. Boy and girl have been chatting for like 4 years. They've never met each other. So obviously 4 years now. So it's getting to that point like where I think, don't you think we should actually meet and see each other and stuff? And that was exactly what happened. Ah, a guy has not put the picture there. So basically, um, after 4 years, so they now decided that they were going to meet. You guys have to see this thing now. I don't know why. Ah, okay. So they finally decided to actually meet, and this is what it looks like. Have you seen that? It said after 4 years of dating. after 4 years of after 4 years of dating, of chatting on social media, Nigerian lady met her online male friend for the first time. I was blown away by his height. In a video, she burst into laughter when she saw him. She did not expect him to be that way. There's nothing wrong, short people, tall people. In fact, I found out that most short people actually they do very well financially for whatever reason, you know. Then, of course, it's not a criteria, but I seem to notice that I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me that you so, but what I actually found here is that is amazing, is that how can you spend all your time saying that you are looking at somebody as a prospect for 4 years, you never met them, when you now finally met them, now found out that the guy is not that It's not at all. And the first thing she said is that, you are sure to so bloody what? If you wanted a giant to, wouldn't you have used time to find out whether the person was, a Goliath or something? So it's just hilarious. It's like a lot of people. There's this thing called catfishing. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, where people will be talking. Actually, this one is even lucky. At least it's still a guy. But what about those ones that the person they are talking to is actually another woman, and that woman is not even a lesbian? That one is just whining this person for years. They are even sending presents. They have a picture there they've never seen, and and the other person has already fallen in love with a fake picture. The other person has already fallen in love with a fake picture, unfortunately. So, then you have that program called catfishing. So they will now drive down to the place, they now find out that it's not actually a guy, that it's actually another girl, and it's not like the girl is in love with them or anything. Like I said, it's not even both of them are not lesbians. The person that's pretending to be a guy is just doing it for some sick joke, and can be really, really devastating, because the girl in question is in love with this picture that she thinks is real and is not real. So, ladies, I think it's not just ladies, it's happened to guys as well. So, boys and girls, so be careful out there. So, I just want to say thank you. Just want to thank everyone for being here. Sorry about the technical itch. I think I need to. I've got so much apps that are open, and yeah, so that's it. So you have it. So I just want to say thank you, and we'll be seeing you guys again later on today. Remember, Nigeria is one. It's the only country that we have. So please don't let us talk it down. Let's be positive, despite everything. If they tell you some of the stories that have happened, what most of the nations in the Western world, especially what they have gone through, you will then realize that it is not unique to Nigeria. But how we go from here is what matters. I'm not saying that we accept rubbish. No. But we must be ready to stand and be counted. It's not about whether you are young, you are old. It's about the power of one, just one person just rising up. You don't have to be insulting people and abusing people because you're not happy about the country. No. You can make your point solidly, and if you're one of those people that God has sent to lead us out of the mess that we are in, then please, by all means, step out. If you think that you are good, and we can see that, people will follow, because we're looking for leadership in Nigeria. True leadership, people that have a heart for God, that have a heart for people, that love the people, not the ones that will just use them before election, and after election, you just abandon them, and they will go around looking after themselves, their dog, their cats, and their family members, and that's it. Every other person can go and die. That Nigerian of that time is gone. So, guys, so thank you very much once again. My name is Olatunde, and we're looking again to see you guys. Probably within the next 15 hours. So, thank you guys, and good night. Enjoy your weekend, and God bless. Thank you.